This is the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
Since Stephen Cord agreed to investigate Ann Howard's involvement in the accident that blinded Christopher Weber, he has found himself drawn deeper and deeper into the mysteries of Ann's past. The most complex mystery, a man named Lee Weber, Chris's brother.
Lee? Hello, Mr. Cord.
I want to talk to you.
Inside or outside?
This is fine. I saw you almost hit Ann Howard on your motorcycle. I came here to make sure nothing like that happens again.
Well, that sounds like a threat, Counselor.
Not a threat. Just a warning. Any more of that kind of harassment and I'll start legal action against you.
What kind of legal action can you start against me for riding my bike in a public street?
Well, you keep it up, Lee, and I promise you, you'll find out.
You're really something, you know that, Cord? You walk in here with your fancy threads and your Harvard education and look down your nose at me like I'm some kind of a slug. Well, let me tell you something. You're as phony as a $3 bill. All you uptown hotshots are alike. You talk about justice and fair play. But when it comes right down to it, you fight dirtier than anybody. You hide behind the fine lines in those law books because you know a guy like me doesn't understand it. Well, that's not my style, Counselor. If you've got a beef with me, let's have it right now, man to man.
That isn't really your style either, is it, Lee? It's more like pushing women around.
I haven't pushed anybody. Yet.
I guess you know that Ann lost her job at the hospital because of what you said to Dr. Morton.
I told Morton what he should have known all along. And don't hang her getting fired on me. I didn't take her by the hand and lead her down the corridor to Chris's room. She knew where she was going. She can see. That's something everybody seems to be forgetting. She can see. But my brother will never be able to see again.
You know, it's interesting. He's never accused her. And you have. He doesn't hate her. But you do.
Why don't you butt out of this, Cord?
I'd like very much to do that.
But you can't.
But I can't, until Ann learns the truth.
She knows the truth. She just can't face it.
Maybe. But you leave her alone from now on.
I heard you the first time.
Then I won't have to say it again, will I?
Cord, where do you find so much time to clean up everybody else's problems when you have so much garbage in your own backyard?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You're a wife and my boss.
I'd expect something like that from you.
You don't believe me, do you? You spend so much of your time poking your nose into other people's business. You don't even know what's happening in your own house.
And you're a liar.
Am I? Maybe. But why don't you ask your wife why she stopped by the garage? Your car doesn't need any servicing. I know how you feel. Mine's got eyes for Golden Boy, too. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's just that he has that what do you call it? The, fatal charm.
Knock it off.
Why should I?
What's going on here?
Well, Counselor, it's been nice talking to you. Stephen. What did you say to him? I don't think that's any of your business.
Well, I'm making it my business.
Well, suit yourself.
Stephen Cord kept me from going to prison. Now, he just walked out of here like I put a knife in his back. What for? What did you say to him?
Nothing. That wasn't true.
Like what?
Just that his wife stopped by the other day.
Oh? How did that come up?
He gave me a warning, so I gave him one.
Get out of here.
Come off it, Romeo. If it was supposed to be such a secret, why did you have her hanging around here during the daytime?
I said get out of here.
Tonight, when you sit down for dinner in old man Peyton's throne room, you'd be so choked up with guilt, you wouldn't be able to swallow your caviar.
Are you going to get out, or am I going to throw you out?
Are you calling me?
If that's the way you want it.
That's the way I've wanted it since day one, lover boy. You know, it's about time somebody messed up that pretty face of yours. Looks like you're going to need some help, boy. You want me to find a gaffing hook like you used on Joe Chernak? Or will this do? Huh?
I'll mail you your check. I don't ever want to see you in here again.
I don't know why nobody buys this book, Mother. I think it's fascinating. Did you ever hear of a burrowing owl?
A what?
A burrowing owl. Listen. 19th century covered wagon travelers and horsemen were quite familiar with a small, long-legged, round-headed bird known as a burrowing owl. It made its nest in abandoned prairie dog mounds.
I think I have a pretty good idea why that book didn't sell. What I don't understand is why I ordered so many copies. Well, I'd better get to the bank before it closes. You can put those in the sale bin.
Good morning. Hi, Alice. Mrs. Carson?
No.
Do you have a moment?
Certainly.
Well, Mike Rossi said that you might be needing somebody to help you here.
Yes, I want to hire somebody now so they'll be familiar with everything before I have to leave. I told Mike I was concerned.
Yes, well, I'm sure you are, and I don't blame you, but I thought perhaps I could, well, plead my case.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. I've thought it over.
I do need work.
Well, you can start tomorrow then.
Before I accept, though, I think there's something I should say. Did Mike tell you why Dr. Morton had to let me go?
Yes, he did.
Well, he was completely justified. He had told me to stay out of Chris's room, and when I deliberately disobeyed his orders, I knew the risk I was taking. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you hire me, you're the one who's going to be taking the risk. Because, well, there are some people in town who don't like me, and I could cause you to lose some customers.
You let me worry about that.
Yes, but I don't want you to worry about it. I want you to know that if one person walks in that door and then walks right out again because I'm standing behind the counter, I'll turn in my key to the cash register.
If I don't get to the bank and make this deposit, I'll have to hire a night watchman, too. Allison will show you around a bit, and I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you.
Bye, honey.
Goodbye. I know you're very lucky, Allison. I know. I forget that too often. She's a very special person.
Yes, she is.
You know, this is a very special place. Oh, I love bookstores. They kind of take you away from what's outside. There's so many wonderful worlds here, and each one has a definite beginning and a definite ending. You always know exactly where you are. Maybe that's what's made your mother this way. She's made a whole island for herself here. It's really more of a beachhead. It can be invaded by anybody who walks in that door. I think maybe when she bought the place, she felt the way you do about it. But the kind of security and confidence she has now, it didn't come from running away from the world. It came from meeting it head on. I'm not running away, Allison. I know, you're dreaming. I do that, too. Would you like to see the stockroom?
No, not yet.
Have you talked with Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Is he still planning on leaving?
Yes?
Oh, dear. I didn't mean for that to happen. I didn't want to make him run away. He's not leaving because of you, Anne. And he's not running away. He's walking. He's walking away from a brother who tried to keep him from learning how.
From Lee?
Chris is tired of Lee treating him like a child. He's a man. He's got goals. There are things he wants to learn. Like, whether he can stand on his own. Completely on his own.
Thanks, Allison.
If that's why he's leaving, then I feel much better. Do you know, it's funny. You say he's a man. Of course, I know that. But for entirely different reasons from Lee's, I still see Chris as a little boy. Even when I'm talking with him, all I can see is that little boy lying on the rocks at the bottom of Sailor's Bluff.